Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, hello, my name is Chiara, and in today's video I'm going to talk about all the books that I read throughout the month of September. So this will be my September wrap-up and also my magical readathon Aurelium the Novice Path wrap-up. This was hosted by G from Book Roast. I didn't talk before about the fact that I was going to participate in this readathon. I just jumped right into it. But if you're curious, I'll have the link down below. So basically we had to follow this map. It's a path, and through the path we have 7 locations, and each location is a prompt. To pass the readathon, you have to complete at least 2 prompts and so read 2 books. You don't need to follow the order of the path. I didn't do it, so I'll show you the book in the order that I read them. I hope that this makes sense. So the first book that I read, and this was for the Mist of the Solitude prompt, was Jack and the Beanstalk, the fairy tale, and I have already returned this book to the library. It was a very quick read, but I read it in English to test my English ability since I always read in Italian, and I really love the fact that I didn't use Google Translate once. Well, once I used it to search for the word stalk. But anyway, it was very good for my self-esteem. Next, for the Obsidian Falls prompt, I read The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes by Arthur Conan Doyle. This is a collection of stories of the famous detective. I think that there are 12 stories, if I remember well. Anyway, I really enjoyed it and I gave it a 5 out of 5 star rating. Each story was very quick and funny and interesting, so if you like this genre, I really recommend it. Next, for Aurelium Arc, since I had to read a book with a school setting, I chose to reread Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling. This book doesn't need to be introduced. Harry Potter, and especially the first one, is the coziest book to me, especially during this time of the year, so it felt right to being read during this month. And of course, I gave this 5 out of 5 star rating. And just a little curiosity about the final chapter of the book, no matter if I read the book or see the movie, makes me cry each time. Then for Ruin of the Sky, I had to read a book featuring ghosts or haunted houses, and because I missed the Harry Potter series so much, I immediately thought about the Death Day Party, and so I chose to read Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Also a 5 out of 5 star rating. What to say about this one? I love the Harry Potter series, and what makes me so laugh about this one are all the parts with Gilderoy Lockhart. I think that they are so hilarious, and I think that it's pretty cool when a book makes you smile a lot while reading it. I think that this one and the 5th book are those who makes me laugh more. And then for the Novice Path, The Entrance, I had to read a book with a map, and I chose to read Nihal of the Land of the Wind. This is by Licia Troisi, and it's the first book in the Chronicle of the Emerged World series. This is the complete series, so there are 3 books inside, and as you can see, it has a map. I read this once when I was in high school, and I remember that I liked it a lot, so I had to reread it. Well, now that I reread it, I love it. I gave it 5 out of 5 star rating. I'm not a lot into fantasy like I used to. Not that I don't like it. I still enjoy it, just not as much as I used to. But this one, it is so well written. And the plot of this one says, I have to look here because I have the English translation. Nihal lives in one of the many towers of the Land of the Wind. There is nobody like her in the overworld. Big violet eyes, pointed ears, and blue hair. She's an expert in swordplay and the leader of a handful of friends that includes Senner the Wizard. She has no parents, brought up by an armorer and a sorceress. Nihal seems to be from nowhere. Things suddenly change when the tyrant takes charge. Nihal finds herself forced to take action when she's faced with the most difficult mission a girl of her age could imagine. Fierce, strong, and armed with her black crystal sword, Nihal sets out to become a real warrior. I don't think that the plot makes justice to it. It is so well written. I really recommend it if you like fantasy. Then for the Ashtorn 3, I had to read the book on top of my TBR list. And since I like this one so much, I choose to read the second book of the trilogy, that is Sennar Mission. I really enjoyed it, although I prefer the first book, so I gave this a 4 out of 5 star rating, and I can't wait to read the third one since I remember it was my absolutely favorite, so stay tuned. And last one, for Tower of Rumination, I had to read a 5-star prediction, so a book that you think it will be a 5-star rating. And I read Midnight Sun by Stephenie Meyer. I'm a huge fan of the Twilight series. I don't know why I didn't read this book right when it was published, but I didn't like it as much as the Twilight series. Without spoilers, this is the first book, it is Twilight, but so from Edward's perspective. So in the Twilight book we see everything with Bella's eyes, and in this one we see everything through Edward's eyes. And Edward is the type of person that tends to think a lot, to analyze things a lot, and words and situations. He overthinks anything basically, which is really cool because you really feel that you are into Edward's head. Super well written. However, since I'm not the person who overthinks so much, I can't define myself as an impulsive person because I'm not. I just don't overthink and reanalyze things. So it was pretty overwhelming for me to read this. But it's very cool because if you have also the Twilight book, you can compare and see the same scene from both perspectives, and this is a very interesting thing. I gave this a 3 out of 5 star rating, even if it's so well written, because I just know that I'm not going to reread this again. So that concludes my September reading wrap-up. I hope that you enjoyed. Please feel free to write me in the comments down below what you read during this month, because it's always fun to know about new books and get some inspiration as well. October will be super exciting. I'm not sure if I'm going to participate in 1 or 2 readathons. We will see, but of course I will let you know. I will see you next week with Vlogtober week 1. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Ciao!